and I'm joined by
Shy, over here to your left.
Cam.
Abel.
No AKs.
yeah. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about black love or just love in general.
Right, because not all love
But
gotta
someone
be black.
titled it black love.
I titled it black love. We're talking about love today.
Okay, Roshad, I know you got some facts and some
it's
stuff you want to.
February.
Yeah, you know it's February 4th. We're going here talking about love today. So, it's February. It's Black History Month.
Africa,
You
baby,
know, love
all day.
is in the air, right? Like Simba and Nyla. So before we get started,
Reference Lion King.
yes, I love the Lion King. But so can you put love tonight in here?
No.
So damn mean.
Apparently I cuss too much, so I was told to curb my cursing. So
Right, it's February.
I'm
Just
gonna-
curb it back a little bit.
I'm
You're
gonna
churring.
try.
What the churring?
Don't hold me to it. I'm gonna try.
Okay. So while you trying, let's start with you. So Cameron, have you ever been in love before?
Motherfucker. I would like to think I was.
Oh. What does that mean?
Like, so
Yeah, go ahead.
at that time, I would say yes, I was in love.
Okay.
I had serious love for this individual that I was with.
Sorry, so we can have some context here. How old were you too? Because
I was. Oh shit.
You ain't that
How
old.
old am I now?
You ain't that
I'm
old.
26. I was 21, 22 maybe.
okay.
I was in the military still.
Okay.
So, I've been on and off with this girl for like 6 years. And we
That's
finally...
a long time.
Yeah.
Say that.
I got back from Afghanistan and I decided, like, let's be together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to officially ask you to be my girlfriend. So I asked her on the 4th of July
Oh, that's romantic and cute.
on Long Island in New York.
Was the fireworks going off and
Yeah,
stuff?
everything,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. So you was feeling the love that night.
Hey, I told y'all, I'm all about grand gestures, y'all.
That
Hey,
was
man.
grand. That was grand.
But, so yeah, we was together and like, at that point, I know she was my best friend. Like, I fucked with her heavy. And I told her I loved her every day. I was like, not even like love you, like I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wasn't that just like that bye phone call?
Right.
Like, love you.
Like,
it was
like,
real.
yeah. And it wasn't even like just to say bye or hello. It was like, just in general. Like, I would let you know I send you flowers on a random day, shit like that.
Damn.
Like, I'd like to think that I was
That
in
was
love.
cute.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, when I do it, I do it.
Okay.
When he do it, ladies. Keep going.
But yeah, I guess I could say yes, I was in love.
Okay. Well, Abel, have you ever been in love before?
I think so. I think I was. Kind of similar to him, I feel like, now looking back at it. Because I don't know if you truly, I mean, you do know what love is with time, I think. But back then, I thought I was in love.
Okay, that's
So
what I was
looking
gonna
back
ask.
now,
What-
do you
yeah.
think you were in love? Looking back at it, because y'all both keep saying like, I think
Looking
I
back,
was in love. It wasn't like yes, I was in love.
now that I think about it, it wasn't like yes.
It wasn't like this. It was more
I
like
mean,
no.
at the moment when I was in it, I thought I was. Now looking back at it, I think it's like I had love for that person, but I don't think I was like
In love with
in
them?
love with that person.
What made you think you were in love? This for both of y'all.
When I was at the moment,
Yeah, at the moment, like, is there something you felt inside of you? I never been in love, so I can't. Well,
It's okay.
what you thought you was, you don't even know.
Right. So the reason why I thought I was in love is because at that point in time, I would wake up choosing that individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you wake up every day, day to day, choosing to be with this person, like making that conscious decision that I want to be with you. When something happens, the first person I want to tell is you. Shit like that. That was what I defined as love. Looking back though, like, it was a little more toxic than it should have been. And the way we was like, this is still okay, is because we still choose each other and shit like that.
Right.
That's why I say I think I was. I think I was more in an infatuation with the individual more than per se love.
Right. So what you saying? Your love has evolved as you got older.
Absolutely.
So in your perceptions of what you think
Love
is love
has
and is
changed
love has
dramatically.
changed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was infatuated with the person so much that I was to a point where I'd do anything for them, and that's what I misconstrued as love.
Yup.
Versus realizing that love is something that is more healthy and open in communication and sacrificing and compromising to make things work versus, okay, I'm gonna do this for you. Don't worry about it. I got it. Even if I don't want to do it or it harms me or whatever the case may be.
Okay. And
I think, sorry, I was going to say that sacrificing and compromising, that's major. I think for me, when I realized that I was in love, it was the fact that I was compromising on things that I thought I never would. Like, I'm stubborn. And I like things done a certain way.
Yes,
I like,
you do.
you know, I've never had to make decisions for anyone other than myself in mind. You know, I have to think about, okay, well, if I do this, how's that going to affect another person? And then when I started making, you know, decisions based off of not just me, but someone else, or, you know, maybe conceding arguments or just like admitting my own faults or wrongs because of this other person, that's when I knew, like, whoa, this is bigger than what I thought it was.
Right. Do you guys remember the exact moment you fell in love with that person? Or was it something that just like happened over time? Or was you at like dinner and was like, I think I love this person?
It was I think I love this person. Like, it was a gradual thing. It wasn't something that just, I woke up and I was like, I love her. It definitely wasn't that. It was like, you know, talking to this person every day, telling them everything. First person I want to tell something to, being like, if I haven't talked to you today, what's going on? Is everything okay? Have you eaten? Type shit. And it made me realize, like, damn, I think I love this girl. Like, this is...
Have you eaten?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's real.
Did y'all live in the same place?
No.
What was you gonna do?
I don't know. I really don't know. I probably wasn't gonna do a damn thing because Uber Eats, and none of that didn't even exist. So I don't know what the fuck I was gonna do. But I was asking.
You was concerned.
Yeah, I was. Mm-hmm. And I had never had a concern for another human that wasn't my family like that ever. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yeah, I think I love this girl.
Okay. Lauren, how did you know, since you the one at this table who's been like the longest stable relationship?
Are you still in love?
Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Like,
let's be clear first of all. Are you still in love?
Yeah, Dustin, I have an announcement for you.
All on the podcast.
Hey, look, my nigga.
No, I am very
no.
much still in love, and like I said, that sacrifice, or I'm just constantly thinking of how, like, if you make a decision, like, how does this impact the other person? Like, I can't just make decisions for myself. So if I make decisions in my career, or if I make decisions to travel, or decisions to hang out with my friends, I still, like, keep him in mind. So, not that says, like, oh my God, I'm head over heels for him, but it's having this respect for that other person that kind of just trumps everything else. So, the way that I move, whether I'm with him or, you know, not with him, that is always at the top of my mind. And that doesn't change. And I feel like, and I always tell him this, like, he's my best friend. And I think that's what the foundation of our relationship is. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of keeps us grounded in all of our, like, if we have disagreements, or if we're making decisions for our future. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's how if any of that were to change, if I felt, I don't know, it is really hard to describe, but it's an energy. And if I ever felt like that was, like, dissipating, then that's when I would be like, okay, well, something's happening here that needs to be addressed.
Okay, that makes sense. But what are, like, the pros and cons of love? Because, like, you guys have described, like, some good things about it, some bad things about it. To me, it seems like a lot of cons. Just like, you know, I think about somebody else. Got to make sure they eating and shit. I ain't got the capacity.
And that's why you sing.
Right? Like you.
God damn, all right.
But what I'm saying is, like, you got to think about this person. Like, so what are the benefits of being in love?
Having a person to go to. You have a go-to person.
Hopefully they're in love with you.
True.
Yes.
True. That's, to be very clear, that is the main goal.
Tragic if they're not.
Right, because you could be in love with someone and not be in a relationship with them.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Right, because you're talking about having someone to go to, but they might want to be with you, but you could still love them.
Mm-hmm. But when I say being in love, I think it's like a two-way street. Yeah. Like, you're not in love if
you're not in
like,
love with somebody that don't love you.
You're literally you.
Yeah.
The Netflix show you.
It's not like I'm not talking about obsession, but you could be in love with someone before they are in love with you, And someone,
But are y'all dealing with each other at that point?
but or you can like fall out of love with someone while they still can love you. That's how like some divorces work.
Right,
Like I
and-
don't love you no more, and the person be like shocked. I've seen all these little Tyler Perry
Well,
movies.
yeah, they all like that.
Yeah.
But that's different than like the way like I perceived it to be when you first said it was like I haven't even talked to this person yet. I'm in love with
Oh
them.
no!
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is not a Netflix you situation. Season 2 out now.
Did you just plug Netflix?
I like Netflix.
I do too, but them niggas ain't paying us.
Yet.
Okay.
You.
All right, but shit, what was the question?
Being in love with someone.
What are the benefits?
The benefit. That's the original.
Oh,
What are the
yeah.
benefits of being in love?
Having that go-to person, like like we say, hopefully they're in love with you as well. But having that person to just go to and having a place of comfort, you know what I'm saying? Like I can talk to you about anything, knowing it's a judgment-free zone. Knowing I can be
that
open.
part I think is super important, like that judgment free.
Yeah.
I think everyone needs that, whether it's with a therapist, whether it's with that person you're in a relationship with, but everyone needs somewhere they can go and just like talk to someone about whatever and not feel judged about
to be
it.
vulnerable.
Yeah,
if I have
exactly.
a place to be vulnerable, and that's how I know I really mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
Vulnerability. That's hard.
Whew, man. Yeah.
That's hard to do. So, like, on the opposite of that, like, so when you're in love with someone, at some point, I'm not saying that all the time it happens, heartbreak comes along with that. So, because I've never been in love. Well, my heart has never been broken. My heart has been broken about very different things in life, but not about love. So, like, explain to some people how that feels.
That shit hurt.
Why y'all look at me?
Well, because you haven't said anything in a minute,
I
so
was
I'm like,
thinking,
I don't know if your
okay,
heart has been broken.
I
but
think explain what say the question again.
So, like,
How does heartbreak feel?
Yeah.
Explain to the people. Describe in vivid details
I
what
mean, that's
heartbreak
different
feels
for
has
like.
your heart
everybody.
ever been broken?
for one.
No, he be sliding the DMs and shit.
Oh, you was sliding the DMs.
Is this what we doing?
Y'all have a little funny. Have my heart been broken? Like ache, but I don't think broke. Like, you know what I mean?
So
like,
what's eight?
You got a heartache? Like a toothache?
Yeah.
Like,
like a breakup, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
If
a
you break
breakup.
up with somebody, I think that's like you go through your emotions, you know what I mean? You obviously miss the person you used to be in a relationship with, whatever. But when I think my conception of a heartbreak is like finding out your partner cheated on you, like you're devastated. I think that's how I look at it.
Oh.
So when I compare my
That's deep.
situation with people, it's very like, I thought my situation was very healthy. Like me and my partner had like a mutual understanding, like let's go our separate ways and things like that.
That's
Dealt with
cute.
it in a very adult, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Very respectful way, very like healthy way, I think. So when I look back at it, I was you go through emotions of like, okay, now single again. What do I need to work on myself? Things like that. But what you say?
Singing.
But what do you call it? But I think as far as like my heart being broken and stuff like that, I don't think I've experienced that yet. And when I say that, it's all due respect to friends that have experienced it, and I witnessed it, and I'm like, whoa, like I didn't go through that, so like I'm not going to exaggerate my situation and say I've got my heart broken. No, I don't think so. But that's why I said 8, because it was like a breakup. So it was like, oh, you go through your little, you know. But yeah, hopefully I don't experience it too, because it looked like
it's already happened, brother.
It looked,
It's already happened.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like with my ex, like I said, I fucked with her. Like we were together, or we were involved for a very long time, to a point to where I thought I was gonna deal with this person on a day-to-day basis for a very long time, if not forever. And
What was I at?
I was in the military, so I was gone. You know what
Oh.
I'm saying? I wasn't home, so
I'm like, you fall in love, not even
and
know.
nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? But I posted her on Facebook and stuff like that. Like I don't know if you seen that, but yeah, like it was open, like it was out there, like everybody knew about it.
I think I knew.
Yeah, you
Okay.
for sure knew.
Okay.
But
Sorry to this girl.
she might even watch it.
You should watch, girl.
No,
We talking about you.
look, don't text me. I'm sorry.
You can text me.
No, it's fine. Not me. But like no, I just like it was a weird situation. Not even weird. It was an unfortunate situation how it happened. We have talked about it after it happened because now we're friends.
That's good.
But we realized that it could have been avoided. You know what what I'm saying? But at this point in time, there's no going back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen again. But when it happened, I mean, shit. I'm gonna keep it real. She broke up with me.
Okay.
Man, I was kind of devastated. Like I ain't gonna lie, I cried for 2 days. Called my mama, called my dad, and it was like, this happened.
Like, I know they cried with you.
My mama did. Dad didn't cry. He was like, all right, nigga, so what's next?
That's really not like him.
I know.
I knew your mama was gonna cry with you. Y'all cry about everything together. Oh.
But yeah, Dad didn't do nothing. He was like, all right, nigga, so what's next? So what training you got next? And I'm just like, all right. Obviously, this is
not gonna work.
Yeah, this is past your capacity, but it's okay. But yeah, no, that shit sucked. Man. But after that 2 days, I'm to a point where like,
how did you continue to move past it though?
Well, it was lucky.
After the 2 days,
I had a distraction. Being in the military and like always training, I had distraction. So it was after that, it was easy. I really listened to a lot of music that helped me get through it. At that point, Slack.
What was your good song? What was your
it was that album, his first album, Black first album,
oh,
Six Flags. His first album,
Six Flags.
that got me through everything. And it was funny when it came out because like every song pertained to what was going on, and I was like, yo, this is insane. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me through it. And then I talked to some of my friends, and they was like, I told you already, and yada yada. I'm like, nigga, I don't want to hear that right now. But you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, when is ever a good time for your friends to tell you about you being loved? They're like, I told you so. Is that ever a good time?
No.
I don't think anyone.
Like you should have never followed for that person. Kind of like.
Just fold.
I told you so. I think it's unnecessary because it's like the person. No, listen here.
Okay.
Reason why I say that is because if I'm okay, Roshad, you get with somebody who I knew was trash from the jump, right? And I tried to tell you in the beginning,
right?
You didn't listen.
I ain't got time for that.
Okay, it's your life. You gotta live it.
Right.
It fails. It goes wrong. Me saying I told you so. That's like me trying to win. Like I need to tell you I told you so. So I won. And I don't think you need to hear that in that moment. You just need to be.
I don't think
that's or at all. Exactly.
That.
You need to feel supported by me. It's like. In my head, I'm like, yeah, I told you so, and you should have listened to me. But you have to make mistakes for yourself. If you figure it, hopefully you learn and you figure out what to do and not to do in the future. But that I told you so that's so unnecessary.
So as a friend, do you supposed to tell the person about their significant other? Do you supposed to tell your friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You got to be honest.
Yes.
100%.
Because some people are like, oh, I'm not getting that, and then we let them deal with that. But then when whatever you said actually happens. Then you're supposed to be like, okay, girl.
No.
Yeah.
No, at that point, it's to be like, I give a look like.
That look was I told you so.
And it only goes to that way. It only comes to that if I say something and you like don't even acknowledge the fact that I said we can't have a conversation about it. Like I'm giving you my concerns as your best friend. Like dog, I don't trust her. There's something about her that doesn't sit well with me. And you
that's different.
And you just blatantly ignore it, and I'll be like, watch out for this. And it happened, and then you want to break down and run to me now? Like, I'm going to accept you because you my dog, but Nick, I told you. Like you said earlier, a couple weeks ago, your friends know you. You know what I'm saying? They know what's good for you, and they can see what you don't see from the outside looking in. Because you're so blinded by this interaction with this person that you can't see it.
You were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're kind of similar to what you said, but if you know your homeboy, like, as much as you, like, if you're one of his close friends, whatever, and you feel some type of way, it's like a feedback, right? Just like you have a feedback with your relationship with your homie, it's like if you see certain things with his relationship with her, whatever it might be, then you would want to, bring it up and say like, hey, I noticed this, maybe you should go about it this way, or just bringing it up. And it depends how sometimes some people are so private about their relationship and they'll be like, hey, don't worry about it. Then if that's the case, then you're like, okay, now I know what my boundary is. But if good friends will allow you to give them feedbacks, like to let them know, like,
you can have that hard conversation.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes it could be even as real as somebody coming up to you and saying like, yo, I think you getting cheated on, fam. that's happened.
Not I think you getting cheated
No,
on.
I'm saying.
Don't fan me when you saying that.
Like, what you mean?
I'm saying,
Fam.
I'm saying I've dealt with that in some friendship situations before.
That's hard.
Where sometimes I was the person that came to one of my friends was like,
Oh, I thought you was the person cheating on.
oh no,
I was like,
no,
oh.
like you know what I'm saying. So it's dope
Right,
that
learning
to
every
have
week.
that trust from your friends too. They're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I see what's going on now. So it's like you need friends that can open up and tell you and make
But
you
how
better.
do you even come to your friend and say that, especially if you don't have hard evidence? You know what I'm saying?
I think if you don't have evidence, I don't think
I
you
had
should.
evidence.
No,
I had
you
evidence,
shouldn't.
but-
Yeah.
But if you have evidence,
If you see
Come
something with
on
your
with
eye,
it.
you see
Yeah.
something with your eye. I don't think you could.
Right, especially when you see something with your eye, take a picture too.
but even if you don't have a picture, like if
Yeah.
I trust you as a
Yeah.
friend, like you don't usually gossip,
That's what I'm
and you
saying.
coming to me with some information, I'm going to take it as true.
No.
Yeah.
So you're gonna ever believe me because I gossip too much?
No, I would believe you. I really would.
Plus, why would I want to? Like, I don't think I would.
Why would I
wanna
wanna
take
ruin
a-
your
I'm not
relationship?
TMZ, like, I'm not
Exactly.
about to just.
Yeah, I ain't trying to take your
I
man.
ain't snitching on Dustin.
I am.
Thank you,
You
Roshan.
should pull my binoculars and all.
Dusty.
I see.
Yeah.
But I will tell. Okay, so at this moment in time, I have some facts about love for you guys. Want to hear some of Sean's facts
Yes.
that I found from online from bestlifeonline.com? Shout out to that website. These are not my facts. I found them. So like fact number 1, falling in love is like being on drugs. They say like the
Yeah.
same chemicals in your brain fire off when you're in love. It's like essentially like being on drugs. With I hardly do drugs or been in love, so I wouldn't know.
Don't act like you ain't never did drugs.
Well, I can't compare it to the love part.
Okay, we don't need to tell everybody that though.
Oh.
like whoa.
Well,
like damn, Cameron.
I mean,
Okay.
everybody did a little recreational
Yeah.
drug here and there.
Right.
Okay.
And
Like y'all
also,
wasn't in college.
Wait, go ahead, Roshan.
fact 2. Couples' heartbeats synchronize when they look into each other's eyes.
Really?
Like I just like
how can you
I
test
would like
that?
to test.
we can
yeah.
test it. Like you know, if they pose.
I know
I
you
think
didn't
it's
grab
like-
your
Little
finger
Apple
for your
Watch.
post.
I did grab my finger from my pose.
Why you just did that right here?
Cause you know when you go to the doctor, they put the little finger thing right here. Right.
Your hand ain't that. Got
But
that
I ain't testing
But
my.
anywho,
Right.
Ah,
They do synchronize. I feel like after like a minute,
So
their
the-
heartbeats at the
These are
same
like
time.
scientifically proven facts.
Yes, from bestlifeonline.com. Well, actually, you can go look this up. They had
I thought it was.
no,
your
not my
facts.
own
Okay,
facts.
okay,
I'm
go ahead.
providing the facts to the people.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. It's also chemically addictive. So like once you've been in love before, it's like addictive. You want to be in love or continuously to be
That's
in love.
what
again.
that's why some
definitely
people
can-
can't be single.
Exactly.
They be
I was
running
gonna say the same thing.
They be in a relationship 1 month. They break up 2 weeks later, and another one. Addicted.
And another one.
Yeah, no, for real.
Also, they say cuddling is good for you.
I agree.
It's a natural painkiller.
I agree. I love cuddling.
Are you guys cuddlers?
Let me hold you, girl.
I've been trying. But when you've been in a relationship for a long time, some of that cuddling is just like, I'm trying to sleep.
I
and
mean, yeah, you don't gotta do it while you're going to sleep all the time.
You know, we
but
watching a good
sometimes I
movie.
like it. Yeah, and I like to be.
Come
I
here,
like
girl.
to be the little
Let me
spoon.
hold
You like a little spoon.
But I don't get to be the little spoon.
Oh shit.
There's someone get to be the little spoon and a big spoon. You gotta switch off every now and then.
Yeah, sometimes I do like to be held too.
I
No,
know
but if
you
you
do.
think about it, like if growing up as kids, like if something went wrong, you'd be like, I just want my mama, right? And your mom will kind of coddle you and like, cuddle you really, like. So I get it, like
Yeah.
that's probably is.
Yeah, so that's a natural painkiller. So being in a relationship positively shapes your personality. So they did some research that like when people are in a relationship, they have a better personality, a more positive outlook on life and things like that.
I can see
I
that.
can
I
see
think I can see that.
In a healthy relationship, yes, I can.
That's
see
true.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I think if you were involved in a healthy relationship, and if you're honest about yourself afterwards, if you really do take the time and really reflect on how that went, how you were in that relationship and everything, I think you could learn a lot about yourself and grow. But if you were really in a toxic one though, you might have picked up a lot of bad things from that relationship that you just carry with yourself too. So it's like,
That's why healing is so important.
that's what was
Yeah.
important.
Healing, like self-healing after relationships.
That's real.
It takes a long time. People think it's like quick. Like
That's real.
It honestly took me like a year and a half, maybe 2, to completely heal over my last relationship.
Well, you said it was a long one, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
But I also think another reason why you start to have a better personality or how did you phrase that?
That works.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. It's tying back to what you had already said, Cameron, where you talked about how in a like a really healthy or good relationship, you're usually very vulnerable with that other person. So you start to really be your authentic self, and so like you're able to kind of nurture that form of yourself, and then you take that to the outside world and you start to live differently. You know, you're more of who you actually are versus having this
that
guard
facade.
up. Yeah.
Well, that is true, because I've seen like a couple people I knew like enter relationships, and I'm like, oh, I like you better with this person. Like, I don't know if it's this person or this new you, but I like you.
You changed.
It works. This man is a good look on you, sweetheart.
Keep it up.
Yeah, we waiting to see the real you.
Right. Shoot, maybe I become a nicer person.
I hope to God. My Jesus. Hey, y'all, slide in his DM, please.
Another fact: men fall in love faster than women.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I
Cameron
agree.
seems to know.
Right.
He answered yup.
They say men usually don't admit it, but they say they
Hell
fall.
no, I'm just playing. I don't think that's a fact. Scientifically proven fact.
Yes.
You gonna keep asking. It's a fact class from what's it called, Roshan?
BestLifeOnline.com.
Okay.
Okay, damn. Shoot.
I can see that
That's
because
interesting.
men have this guard up all the time, and it ties into toxic masculinity where you just have to be this dude. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the protector, the provider, and all this other stuff.
You don't feel nothing. Kinda.
Right. And that's where like it creeps in and it gets you, and you're like, ooh. But I ain't gonna tell her because I don't want to seem soft. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then you wait till the female says it because the social norm is that she's gonna say it first.
And also, what this website has said is that like women usually take longer to fall in love because like women experience like a lot of heartbreak.
Damn.
So they more guarded than men are.
Yeah.
Because men be out here in these streets.
But does it matter? I was gonna say, going back to both of those things, does it matter who says it first? As far as, because sometimes you might not be good at vocalizing some things, but your actions might be really your demonstration, like how you're going about things, really might show her like I love you. But
she might have seen that before, and now she don't believe it. So you have to.
She might have seen love before.
She might have seen those
actions before.
Before. So
that's
she's
her
like,
personal problem. No, I'm just playing.
no, you wasn't. Being a nigga.
I see that too. Though.
But yeah, so that's why.
So the comfort, like
the reassurance. Women love reassurance, but dudes do too.
I think love's one of those things you have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't be like, love you. No, you have to like, I love you. Okay. So you have to personalize it.
Okay. Did y'all grow up hearing that term a lot from y'all parents to y'all and from y'all parents to each other?
I did.
Parents to me. Too sweet.
I heard it from my mom all the time. My dad said it, but my dad, I mean, he's not going around telling everybody he loves them all the time. But my mom is definitely more lovey-dovey, whatever. And I saw it between my parents as well, because I was raised in a household with two parents, and my parents now have been married for 34 years.
Ooh. That's
So,
some black love right there.
Yeah,
This
so
episode is dedicated to y'all.
To the keys.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely saw it between the two of them. So I always knew what I. Like, that's what I looked. Yeah, exactly. That's what I looked forward to, and that's what I know. That's what I from a man. That's what I expected to have from him. The same sort of love that my father shows to my mother.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
See,
that's rare. That's really rare.
I can relate to that too, but in a different way because my parents have been together for 30 years now too. But
Jesus.
Culturally, both my parents, you're stupid, bro. Both of my parents, they're African, they're Eritrean, born and raised there. So culturally, some things are different in our culture. Like we don't vocalize love No,
Yeah.
a lot. It depends per family. Like it depends each family. But I know in the Habesha community, like in Ethiopian community or Eritrean community, a lot of times I'll talk about this with my friends. We don't vocalize it enough, but action-wise, we show it. If that makes sense.
And what are some of those actions you say
that
really show your love?
You love, like,
person?
appreciation, like just when somebody really cares about you in your times of needs, in your times like happy times, down times, like people hold each other down, like real love. But in terms of saying it, like like I love you and things like, you know, the really not pampering someone, but like really, you know what I mean? Like that is, I feel like, not our strongest thing. So because I grew up around that, I feel like now I'm realizing with age too, like in terms of vocalizing, I'm working on it definitely, but I'm not the one to really be like doing that too, but it's definitely work on my end that I'm doing and kind of developing, but yeah. So if
What's the name? Had an interview about that too.
Who?
Wale.
What's his name?
Who?
I couldn't think of it off the top, but Wale, he was talking about how, like, you know, he was raised in that same environment where his parents, you know, never said it to him.
Yeah.
But they showed it.
Yeah.
Like he didn't recognize it until he had his own child, because he doesn't say it to his daughter. But then once he recognized, he said he started saying it to his daughter. And, you know, he vocalized it more, but he said, I wasn't used to that. So I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know you were supposed to do that. And I think sometimes parents fail to realize that we do what we do as adults because that's what we were taught growing up. Like if you're taught how to love by taking care of someone, that's what you'll do when it's that time. That's how you show your love, because that's all you know.
Yeah. Next fact
Wait, sorry.
Oh.
But we didn't address, like, did you hear you were loved when you were growing up?
Oh, we gotta go there?
We do. I mean, we only did half the table.
Yes, I did. My dad says it a lot. My mom says it a lot more now. But I always knew I was loved. I never, like, questioned it or wondered about it. So I didn't it wasn't like I wouldn't say it was like a daily thing, like, you know, I love you, or this type of thing. Also, some reason not comfortable with, like, saying it a lot.
You're not comfortable
No,
saying it. Oh.
I'm not.
Some people throw love like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some people like, bye, I love you. I mean, it always, when people say it to me, it always throws me off. Ooh, okay. But I'm getting better, though.
Okay.
I'm getting better. But
Hey, you the type where somebody got to teach you how to love them.
I think
everyone has to teach someone else how to love them. Because everyone doesn't speak the same
Well, I'm
language.
saying, like, in general, not like the same language. I'm talking about, like,
as me.
yeah, like, in instance for us, like, growing
Oh,
up.
here we go.
And growing up,
Here
he
we
was, like, emotionless, nothing. Like, didn't want to be bothered, nothing.
I'm still like that.
I was like this growing up all the time.
All the time.
All the time. But now,
He's a little brother. Leave me alone.
But now, he actually gave me a hug not too long ago, and I was shocked.
I heard because you called Dad and told him.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Rashad gave me a hug. What? He's like, what's wrong with him? I said, I don't know.
Oh, Rashad.
Like, is he dying? Like, what's going on?
In my soul.
But yeah, I don't know.
He hugs me.
I don't care.
No, I hug back.
But
Ooh!
yeah,
Hug back. So you don't hug me. You just hug me
but yeah,
back.
no,
Okay.
sometimes you just gotta teach people.
You know what? I'm
how
gonna
to
take
love.
note. I'm gonna see how many times you hug me now.
Hey, pay attention to it. Especially 2020, you might get 12. One a
Right.
month.
I'm not a very like affectionate person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. But I don't think people. I don't know. I don't think people like question like the love and like support or caring like I have for them. Of course, I don't say it much, but I show like my caring and love in different ways that other than vocal. At a certain point, vocally only goes so far.
Yes.
Right. People are like, oh, I love you and I do this. You ain't did shit for me. So I try to like show it in like different ways. You know, just trying to be like a good like support system. You know, for my family and friends.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do.
I think you do a good
You
job.
do very well at it.
Yeah.
Right. You might not hear me say often. I might not be touching and feeling on you, but
Yeah.
I'm just.
That's not your love.
Touching.
Baby.
It's not my love language.
Yeah.
It is not my
Yeah,
love
that's
language.
I believe in that, the love.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
believe in the love languages.
Absolutely.
I love the love languages.
Absolutely.
I do. It's good. Like I even do it at work. Like for the people I manage and stuff like that. Like what's your like love language? Like we call it appreciation language.
Yeah.
Like which ways you like to be appreciated? Do you like gifts? we can't do physical touch. I'm like, I just can give you a high five. Like, I can't touch you.
Yeah, we're at work.
Uh-huh.
Show your thigh.
Yes. So, take the love language quiz if you don't know what your love language is. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's real. It helps.
It makes
Supposedly
sense,
there are 5.
There are 5.
Yeah.
So one is receiving gifts,
Yes.
quality time,
Mm-hmm.
Physical
words of
touch.
affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
acts of service, and physical touch.
See, I'm an acts of service.
I'm
I would
physical
probably say
touch
I'm a
and
mix
quality
of two.
time.
Yeah.
I'm physical. Like physical touch and quality time were like literally
Yeah.
my top 2. They
Yeah.
tied for the top 2,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I like a hug a lot. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like that's
Mine's just acts of service and like what was the other one?
Words of affirmation.
I love gifts and words of affirmation. I love gifts. I'm like, gifts works.
Yeah.
I'm like, you took your time to go buy me something.
Nah, you ain't buying me.
Buy me,
Not by you.
Okay,
please. Also, being in love cuts headache frequency in half, so you have less headaches.
I don't know about that. The reason
Your
why I say
relationship could cause headaches.
yeah. Because I mean, like I said earlier, you have to sacrifice a lot
Mhm.
and compromise on things you thought you were not willing to ever compromise on. So that will bring you some headaches.
Yes, it will. But you can
Yeah.
get rid of some of those Advils, though.
Yes.
Those Advil PMs come in handy. You tickle my camera.
I don't know why that was coming.
And also, just say, love, it develops in phases,
Mhm.
as you guys have said before. And this was an interesting fact. It has much to do with the person's scent as it does with their visual.
Wait,
Really?
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
I
way
feel
they
like
Their
that's
way
very-
they smell.
Yeah, that's very
Oh,
like animalistic.
really?
Yes. Like your what,
Like a
pheromones?
Yeah.
Pheromones.
Yeah.
Pheromones.
I
Mhm.
didn't think I was like
Mhm.
that primal.
Well,
Like
Yeah,
as far
that's
as
right.
like a smell goes, like I didn't. I mean, I guess when you like, oh, you smell good. Like I guess that makes you want to talk to more. But I never. That's artificial
It's-
smell.
I know, but the thing was artificial. Like each person has their own like
Their own scent.
their own
Body
scent,
scent,
yeah.
and it's like, and some are like you compatible with you, and some are not.
But I feel like it takes a really long time to recognize someone's scent.
Well, so, like you ever like hugged and smelled someone, you like, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I think that's like cologne. I've never smelled like a natural scent off somebody off a hug. You know what I'm saying?
You know your mom's scent, right?
Yeah, I know my mom's and
Yeah,
all my
like
dad's,
that's
but
it's
that's
kind
that's like after a long period of time of living with them for
No, you
20
probably knew
years.
when you was a little kid. You know what I mean? You around
Yeah.
that other person, you like, I don't like this. You
Like I know something about this person I just don't like.
Exactly, you know.
It's their scent.
Damn,
It's
I'm
the
gonna start paying attention to that because there's some people out there you just get that vibe like I don't mess with them.
Like get people
Why?
like, since you
'Cause
like
they
hugging
smell.
people.
Now
Not
No.
because they smell.
No, it's not a bad
Now I'm
smell.
It's just
No.
some
Oh,
people
yeah,
don't
that's
have
why
an
I'm
affinity.
It's like give them a hug, like smell their neck, and then you can know.
But see, that's weird. What if they hear you smell?
Yeah, you can
You
smell
didn't say
somebody
take
when
a
you
deep breath.
right. You're like hugging them, choking the life out of them. Leave her alone.
He said, take a little.
But some people have like a
whiff.
natural damn.
Stank.
Yeah.
Why got people bringing up
Yeah.
stench?
No,
But
exactly.
right, a natural
That-
BO.
Yeah, that in college,
Uh-oh.
some people.
No, college
Say
is
the name
stressful.
now.
I'm not. Come on. But
I'm just kidding.
I was an RA in college, so I was like,
Oh.
yeah. So there was
Well,
like,
you could have helped the little freshman out.
so there was cases where some
Cases.
I'm not trying to go in details, but there's times some roommates would come and be like, yo, the room just smells like ass because this person. It's not even because of the
Yeah.
shower, but it's just a personal like smell. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like, damn, somebody must really. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Somebody
think.
gotta really like you.
That's
Sit
what I'm
next
saying.
to
They
you.
gotta really mess with you.
Yeah, that is true. Like some people have
Right.
some smells that you just can't vibe with, and sometimes I don't even think like this stench is like a person's like natural.
But I think I agree to that because
Mhm.
have you ever been in a situation certain smell would bring you back memories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that does make sense.
Yeah, like when I smell a
Like you
good
smell something, you
mixture
like,
of
take it
weed
back.
and cologne, I get my father.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I was
I'm
thinking of more like warm cookies and coming fresh out the oven, like grandma or something like
My
that.
grandma don't bake.
Weed and what?
Cologne.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Mhm.
Calvin Klein or Giorgio Armani with Giorgio Armani. with
No,
some
Giorgio
weed.
Armani.
With
Yes.
some weed. Oh, yeah, that's pops right
Yeah,
there.
I'm like, oh, my daddy been here, huh, y'all? He's like, he just left.
Yeah.
I'm good with people like smells. Like I know like when certain people has been somewhere. So I'm good with that. The last fact I have is back to online dating. Like, online dating actually works. Like, last year a study did like 23% of people actually like found their love.
Is that
via-
eHarmony?
That was one of the sites that they put as an example.
Because I don't see it happening.
23% people
Found love. From,
that use the social
no,
media.
who
dating?
was in love at the time? 23% of them found love via online
Are they
dating.
in love
site.
now? No, I'm playing.
You know what? I didn't read the whole article.
I'm
They
just,
didn't do
I'm
a
just
whole
being
where are they
difficult.
now?
No,
I'm
they
being
did not.
difficult, but I mean,
This ain't an MTV special.
so I think it works for some people because some people are like socially. I'm not saying everybody that's on social media dating is socially awkward, but I have like some friends that are like, or cousins at that too, like, you know,
That what?
teenagers right now,
That
but
what?
they're kind of like very socially awkward, and
Oh.
I could see like I'll be like, okay, like I can see how social media is very useful, like how you're tapped into it so heavy behind the keys because you connect that way, less anxiety for you and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a lot of people don't
I'm
also.
pretty sure it works for a lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know where to go. They're like, where do you go to find
meet
eligible
That's
bachelors or bachelorettes? Like,
That's it.
people
No,
don't know where,
Bachelor and Bachelorette. That's
No,
cute.
no, because
people
Where
don't
you
know
go?
where to go.
You don't,
Because
'cause-
like it's like, do you go to a bar? But then a lot of
No.
times you find a lot of
Weirdos.
negative things there. Yeah, weirdos. People are sleazy or
See,
like
but
gross,
even then, like-
slimy. And I'm not saying everyone who goes to a bar is that way, but I'm
True.
just
'Cause
saying
she's
that.
the first one in one.
No,
I'm
but
just
what I'm
playing.
what I'm saying it's hard. It's hard. I recognize that.
It's
with
hard
some
to
of my single
approach people in
friends.
those situations too, though.
Mhm.
What?
Like a lot of women, like if you try to approach them, like, I'm here with my friends. I just want to, like, I just want to say hi, like, or buy you a drink, something. You can't even do that no more.
But then you do
Cash
have to understand where a
cash
lot of
at
that
me.
is coming
Cash
from.
at me, and you
Cash
can
app.
buy it.
Uh-oh.
Not cash at me.
No,
Oh, I
sis,
didn't
that's
know
not
about that.
happening. This
He
comes
said
with
cash at
conversation.
me, you could buy it. Wow.
Yeah, no.
But
Not a margarita.
sometimes that also
Right.
does come from like a lot of negative experiences where
From
some
me.
people get a little too pushy and like aggressive.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So like my friends, they're quick to be, and I'm the same way with them. Like, oh, this is my girlfriend.
But, see,
But you didn't even
at
get to do
that-
the chin.
Right.
No, but
I know
no,
what you're
I'm not
saying.
I'm saying you can tell usually, like
Yeah.
when they're like all right here, all in your face, real hot and heavy. It's like,
So,
okay, this is too much.
What's the proper way to approach in that situation?
Just
Hi, my name is Cameron.
Yeah, that's
Arm
normal.
distance.
Just
But
yeah,
even if
like,
I-
but don't be too close.
We in
like,
the club.
Yeah, what if I,
No, for
like, I know you
dancing.
can't hear me, so I'll be like, how you doing, Mike? You, like, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
that's fine. But I'm saying it's not immediate. I mean, if it's immediate, it's
No,
like okay, you're doing too
If
much.
the music is bumping, I don't even know if I want to talk to. Like, I mean, like
I like
as far as
mingling.
trying to have a
I'm not a
conversation.
dancer.
Huh?
I'm not a dancer. I'm a mingler.
So you gonna be chopping it up in the middle of the dance floor?
You don't
I'm
go to
not going
clubs.
the dance
Oh,
floor.
okay, okay.
I'm sitting at the bar.
He at the lounge.
Right. I'm chilling.
You at the lounge. So that ends Shaw's facts.
Man.
That was
So
kinda
the smell
personal,
thing,
man.
I learned.
What you
and
learn?
The smell thing.
Mhm.
That's one of the new things that I learned, and the heartbeat wavelength on the same.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
synchronized.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I learned that too.
That's deep.
Kinda weird. I
So
can't even
growing
test
up
it
for
that
you
time,
guys, what was your symbol of love? Like, or was there a couple for
Like a
you?
good
Whether that
example?
was in TV, whether that was someone you knew in real life, was there someone that you were just like, oh, that's love and that's what I want in the future?
No.
TV. I think
I mean,
TV gave
even
some,
TV,
but I didn't
yeah.
like look to those as like
Yeah, I
my
didn't
prime.
either.
You know, because some people be like, ooh, that Martin and Gina, that Will and
Okay.
Jada,
Yeah.
Michelle and Barack,
I did like the Huxtables.
Cliff and okay,
Cliff
I
and
thought
Claire.
Cliff and Claire. That was a.
That was a good
I
one.
enjoyed them.
I did too.
I'm
A
not gonna
strong,
talk about the.
the only rich couple on TV.
I mean, I like the Bel Airs. Is that what their last name was? No, the Banks.
Ooh,
Not
the
the
Bel
Bel Airs.
The Banks. From Fresh
Okay.
Prince.
You
but,
done made
I
me
mean,
forget their whole name.
He got a whole different wife halfway through the show.
He did, and that's why I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. I can't beat it.
Yeah, that was. I think since you had your parents to look up to for
Oh,
a good
yeah.
example of love.
They both did.
I know they both did.
Yeah.
We, of course, did not have that.
Well,
So-
not of course, but we just didn't have that.
But not any like any TV shows or anything.
This
You
is-
didn't
I guess
say-
the TV shows were the closest. Cause like I ain't got no aunties,
Examples, yeah,
uncles.
Oh wow.
No, we solo dolo out here in these streets. All of
Yeah.
us. We all come together as one big happy family. But you know,
Yeah.
you have a baby, you call it a day.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like we would have to be like the generational break
Mm-hmm.
to change, you know, building what the love traditions are for future family.
Okay.
But at this rate,
What's
He ain't
interesting is
gonna
you have to know, because I was gonna say
It's gonna be up to
earlier, Cameron, you were saying how what parents have to understand is like the way that their kids start to behave as adults is a lot based on how they were raised. So do you feel like that is going to make it harder for you to like find love or fall in love with someone because you did not
Yes.
me too.
have that in your home?
Yes, but then also the fact that I realize that helps me consciously make the decision to change it. To make me realize, like, okay, I can't act the way my parents would in the situation. I have to find my own way. So I'm basically pioneering my own path at this point. And it's tough. It's really tough. Realizing that I have to communicate with this person and stay on the same page to move forward. Even if we mad at each other or whatever the case may be, I have this thing where, like, I developed on my own, like, if I'm with somebody, I will not go to sleep mad at you. We will discuss it at this point. We may not finish the discussion, but I want to talk about it. I don't want to go to sleep mad at you because you never know what could happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
that's one of my things.
yeah. I'm like, I understand what you were saying, like about like our parents and but I'm like the opposite because like we were raised to be like very like solo individuals that you don't need.
You don't need nobody.
You don't need nobody, and I like me. I take that to heart. Like I don't need you. Like, and I make that very clear to everybody. You know I do. Yeah. So, and I let it be known straight up off top. Like that's why I'm in therapy now, because I don't like to hear the word no, and I don't like rejection.
Spoiled brat.
Exactly. So if I can't do what I want to do, it's a problem for me.
It's okay.
Right. You don't tell me no. Like my mom and daddy didn't tell me no. And you think you about to tell me no?
Damn.
That's how these women act out here, and that shit is trash.
Don't do
we about
the
to start
women
a whole-
this whole
I'm just saying,
thing.
like, let's be very clear. A lot of women are like that. Like, if you ain't gonna do this for me, then what do I need to be here for? You know what I'm saying?
That sounds
And
transactional.
That wasn't what I was saying.
I know, I'm not saying
like,
that.
Okay, you done.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what you.
Oh.
But that's like, especially with like our generation of women, social media did that.
You put me a whole lot of things on a very broad category.
Oh,
All right, elaborate.
No.
That's a whole next topic.
It really is. It's way off subject.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Let's wrap up this love category. So,
Well, what I wanted to talk about, since we are talking about love, it's February.
It is February.
I wanted to get a little
February.
status update from each of y'all because and I don't remember what
Last
episode
month.
it was. No, but I'm saying I don't know what episode. Might have been 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
But everybody was single. Some of y'all was looking for relationships. So I want some status updates.
I'm
And I'll
taking
start
now. No,
who DM you slid into?
Okay, so that's what we gonna
I'll
do.
play it.
It worked.
No.
No.
So that's what we doing.
I'm doing me, same as a month ago. So yeah.
Well, I'm like texting people more because I will drop a good text and be gone for days. So I'm actually trying to be like more active. So I haven't like officially started dating anyone, but I am more active. So I would say that.
He's sliding. Okay.
Yeah, I have been sliding. So
That's what I'm
Well, go
talking
ahead and
about.
slip and slide.
Hey.
y'all bitch is tired. I'm tired, thigh hurt from
ahead.
sliding. But I constantly think about it. Like, okay, Rashawn, let's be more not
Intentional.
aggressive and more intentional
Got you.
about this. Yeah, because aggressive was the wrong word.
Intentional.
But what about you, Cam?
I am sharing my time with someone at the moment.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We gonna keep it there.
Okay. So you gonna spend less time with me? Is that what you're saying?
No. She gonna have to take a back seat to that. I'm sorry. No, that ain't gonna happen.
That's what's
So,
up. Hey, 2020 has started on a good note for y'all.
It is.
For y'all.
Oh, I thought you was going to say 2020 started on a good note because I said no, it hasn't. 2020 has been a mess. But for us, I think we
we doing good.
Like, y'all just
2020
said
has
y'all
been a
started
hot ass
something.
mess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a whole different topic.
It is.
It
but-
is.
Okay.
Okay. But we have learned a lot today. We all trying to get to where we could be in love. Love is good. It's addictive.
It's dangerous.
We want to smell somebody. We want to cuddle. So that's what we want to do. And also, Black History Month is this month as well.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the black people out there.
Africa, my roots.
I ain't ever
Oh.
been.
I ain't been there. But I'm going. Ain't that right?
We all
Bill?
going 2020.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna wait till 2021. I already spent a couple.
You
Oh, my
already
refund check
played
coming. Refund check coming.
All right, for sure. We're going to East Africa.
Right.
Yes,
Any
sir.
shout outs? Anybody want to give?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
No shout outs? No.
shout outs.
Well, you know, it's my birthday month, so shout out to me.
Yes, shout out to you.
Yeah, you are
We'll be
getting
celebrating.
old.
It's my birthday yet, but it's my birthday month, so I'm excited about that.
You're
You're what?
your sign.
I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah, he said
You're what? You about to say, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah! Oh, I want to jump on the bell. Oh!
Fucked up real quick.
No, I am an Aquarius, the best sign there is.
Nah.
Okay.
Shout out to all my Aquariuses, all my air signs out there.
Boo, no, I'm playing.
No, bro. But on that note, we're going to wrap this up. So, thank you for watching Next Topic Podcast.
Remember to follow us at Next Topic Podcast. That's on Facebook, that's on Twitter, and that is on Instagram. You can follow me personally at Cool Keys, COOLKEYES on Instagram only.
You can follow me and my Space Walkers
Hey.
at Sean Space on Instagram and Twitter at SHADS_space. Like the way you spell space.
Yeah.
Go
I guess you
Cam.
can follow me on everything. Clicks by Cam. KLICKS BYKM.
Yeah, you can follow me on Insta on Abby Russ. ABIIRUSS. Abby Russ.
And that's
So thank you.
That's it for episode 6.
Thank you for watching and listening on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, SoundCloud, and soon, and hopefully Apple Music.
Yeah, if they stop playing. Shit.
But we could be on now at this moment.
We might be.
You mind me? Toodaloo.
Alright.
Peace.
Not too low.
It's hot as